Make48 is this incredible competition that brings together people from all different walks of life to teach them and train them and help them develop something greater than themselves.
They're going to think of solutions, they're going to go buy materials, they're going to actually start designing and making things. So it's going to be a really exciting time seeing ideas start to form, get on the marker board, get in the sketch pad, and then see parts being made on the machines and assembled into solutions.
Each of you has a pretty incredible idea, if not many, and surrounding you with the resources and tools and support that you need in order to bring those ideas to life could potentially change the world and have an impact in your community and far beyond. So we've got 8 teams coming from across the city. You're going to be competing over the course of 48 hours, and you're competing for $2,000 in cash prizes, as well as 2 teams will be heading to the national finals.
I like to be part of something like Make48 because I love when people get excited about working things and doing things and seeing the creativity. I love seeing their eyes light up. I think of it a little bit like doing improv. The correct answer is not to say no, but to say yes, and we can learn from each other. Let's take your idea and feed from that idea and expand it.
The challenge sponsor I want to introduce, we've got Lilly as supporting this event.
We're inspired by the mission of Lilly. We unite caring with discovery to create medicines that make life better for people around the world.
They've tasked us with devising the challenge of solving the theme of empowering health at home.
As we go through the pandemic, one thing we've realized is assuming that a patient is going to go to a doctor's office to receive an infusion is no longer an assumption that we can make. And so we are trying to figure out how do we change that paradigm so that we can bring the medicine to the patient at their house or at the nursing home.
I'm going to showcase something new this time. We're going to have 2 different options for each of you to approach, for the teams to approach. You get to select between one of these 2 different challenges. Our first challenge is a medical care stand. Your second challenge option is a better pill box.
And the fact that we're doing something that is involving healthcare means that we can not only reach hundreds, thousands, but possibly millions of people with these inventions that people are putting together today. So it's a community-steeped event that involves education and just working together to solve an overall problem in a very, very short amount of time.
What makes this Make48 very special to me is that I have a daughter and myself are both very heavily indebted to the medical community. So healthcare at home is an integral part of our life. It has been for a very long time. So participating in this event has definitely helped me see a lot of areas that I normally wouldn't get to see, like the behind-the-scenes development of medical devices and the innovations that happen from people who don't know what it's like to be on that end.
Not everyone has access to local hospital, general practitioner, critical space when they need it. So we're grateful to be able to think of ways that can bring medicine into people's homes for people who don't have access, people who are simply busy, and improve people's capacity to stay healthy. And going forward, I think technology is failing us if it's not accessible. So by making medical technology in particular accessible to everyone, that's an obvious win.
All right, and now we're gonna introduce the teams. Our first team over here, we have Team Esclepheus.
I don't know any of these people. Who are you? Yeah. So our team name is Team Esclepheus, and he is a Greek god of medicine or health. We're from Hqo Health, representing the state's largest healthcare system, and we are members here at 16 Tech.
One hail of a team!
Our team name is One Hail of a Team, and it's funny because it's a pun with our last name, which is Hale, and it sounds like the depths of Hades.
The Mallorys!
We're the Mallorys, which I thought was going to be named after Mallory Keaton from Family Ties, but apparently it's because our school is located in the PR Mallory building in downtown Indianapolis.
So we're 3 teachers from high school as well as the school nurse.
The Maker Playground!
We work at a makerspace up in Fishers as people to help our members use the machines, assistants, kind of like the tool techs right now.
Team Fit Design!
Our name is Fit Designs.
I know Dylan and Joe because I went to high school with Dylan and we were actually in an innovations class together, and we spent an hour and a half every other day basically building whatever project we wanted. So it's kind of like Make48, but this is like 30 times as long.
And 30 times as stressful.
I also know Dylan through my friend and fraternity brother from college.
TheGrindery.org!
The Grindery is an incubator, accelerator, the first urban incubator in Indianapolis, Indiana, founded in 2012, and we have worked with over 200 entrepreneurs since.
This is one of the great teams that Pastor put together. Brought his daughter along, and we brought this Miles Davis. With a name like that, we know that he's good people.
And the Loose Screws!
Well, we're the Loose Screws, and it was pretty much came up from Ryan's wife.
We've been friends for years. We actually all graduated from the same high school, several years apart, but we've just been friends for a long time.
All right, are you guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Make48!
My name is Sally Coyle, and I'm a tool tech here at Make48. I am working with the ShopBot CNC machine. That's a computer controls woodworking tool. The team would be coming to me with, they have a prototype or they have a project that they want to cut out of wood, plastic, aluminum. It's a way for them to have actually something created out of wood that would fit together precisely.
So my responsibility is to take someone's idea and basically take direction from them and cut it in the wood shop, whether that be drilling a hole in a component that is a part of their product or cutting a notch on the bandsaw in what they're making.
So some of the items that we're helping the teams with is primarily just woodworking, any and all of the intricate cuts, sanding that needs to be done to get the edges down, and also just in general putting together the pieces.
I'm working for the CAD section, so when any of the teams need help modeling something in a 3D, like on the computer, I will go ahead and model it up for them after they give me like a little drawing.
So our initial idea is to make a suitcase that has all the components inside of it, and then you take it out and then use the suitcase as a base, and then you stack up these rods to create the vertical stand.
We're thinking about a pill box that essentially would dispense your pills on time when you do take them, and there would be an accompanying bracelet that would act as an alarm to know that you need to take your pills.
The challenge initially was to come up with something that everybody else would not come up with. You know, what's the secret sauce?
Challenges are going to be weight. You know, do we have this thing battery powered? Does that add a lot of weight so where someone could pick it up, put it on a table?
We're also waiting to talk to the patent attorney to make sure that this is a feasible idea.
I've been grateful that we've had patent and IP attorneys sit down and chat with our teams to help them understand the value of the intellectual property they're bringing to reality. And I think probably some of the teams were surprised that A, someone might already have done kind of what they're thinking about. Others, they've discovered blue sky, and there's no limit to what their innovations can bring value to.
In the healthcare field, because it is so well funded, there's so much innovation, and so many of the ideas that we generated we're feeling like already exist. We're immediately finding patents for them, immediately finding existing products. So coming up with something unique, actual IP, is going to be tricky.
You know, for a while, software really is a business method.
There's so many things that I am excited for this competition, not only the community that is being created by bringing all of these wonderful minds together, but I'm also very happy for what will be produced as a result of this, possibly something that someone will have in their home one day, and I can say I was there when that idea first came to light at Make48, Indianapolis.
A little history about the Machyne makerspace. The 16 Tech Innovation District is devoted to helping people create products, create jobs, bring innovation to life. And at the heart of the 16 Tech Innovation District is the Hqo Hub, and that consists of the Machyne makerspace, where people can build things, the 76 Forward Business Accelerator and co-working space, where you can take your products and actually turn them into businesses, and then the AMP Artisan Marketplace, where you can get your morning coffee, your lunch, your after-work beer with friends, and I think those three ingredients really help to foster innovation.
So the DeBruce Foundation was founded in 1988. We are committed to expanding pathways to economic growth and opportunity. And we believe that expanding career pathways as we go into the future of work requires people having experiences and exposures that are different than they've ever had previously.
I became interested in woodworking out of necessity. I could not afford the bed that I wanted, so I figured out how to build it. Now mind you, it took me 3 months to make this bed, but with a battery-powered screwdriver and a borrowed drill, I was able to make something amazing, and that bit the bug for me making, which turned into me teaching, which I absolutely love, and I want to share every bit of knowledge that I have about woodworking and making and instilling confidence in people to use loud, heavy machinery and help you make something awesome.
We've had a few challenges in Make48. I'd say probably one of our most stressful ones has been communication and just planning amongst the team members. Everybody builds their own idea of what we're making in their head, and it's just hard to communicate that in a physical representation.
So the box is going to open, right, and have some different elements of articulation. So the question is how are we mounting this and at the same time trying to communicate to build the cladding that is going to allow the articulation that we're looking for. And I think we're all problem solving at the same time, so we're getting mixed signals because no one's fully figured out exactly the methods yet.
So far, I've mainly been helping out the loose screws. They needed some help on a logo, so they came to me with a sketch, and I was able to bring it into Illustrator and give them a really nice logo so they could print it out on vinyl and put it on their final prototype.
So far I've been helping with very little of 2D or 3D things, although we cut out some plastic yesterday to make kind of pillboxes that would fit inside.
I mean, for me, the biggest takeaway is just getting to hang out with people I dearly love and care about and know that we can do this and with all the stress and the pressure and the time commitment and still feel like we still like each other at the end of it.
It's not over yet. Yeah. A nurse pre-sets up the pills in a, like, hey, remember your pink pills go here, your green pills go here, and that's how the pills make sure to get in the right spot.
I think some of our teams have also been surprised that even though it's their brainchild, it's their baby, maybe the market doesn't actually want what they're thinking about. And so this is where it's helpful to sit down with a focus group, experts who have a little objective perception. When someone comes with a great idea, sometimes they get validated and the experts, the focus group members say, yes, that sounds brilliant, go with it. Sometimes they have to hear some hard news and think, well, maybe they've got to rethink their market segment is too small. If they make a little tweak, maybe it can appeal to a broader market, and that's really going to ignite their company.
I think it's really more about the technology, the physicality of what this is, and the technology that's enabling that cloud component to go up. Good?
I think
All right.
so. Yeah.
Awesome. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Okay, how many more minutes we have left?
Okay, probably like a minute. Yep, 1 minute.
1 minute left. Okay.
What has been the biggest challenge? Probably the focus group.
Well, that was vicious, but the challenge,
yeah.
It's been kind of hard getting us to agree on things too a little bit.
I really thought 48 hours, that sounds like a reasonable amount of time, but wow, in reality, no, not at all.
Have like $100 initiation fee. Like in the end, I mean, it's going to be like a $300 thing for a year. That's way out of the price limit, and it's an app, and it's way more complicated than what seems to be necessary.
So far, I've been really impressed with how the teams have combined all of their ideas. You've got about 5 people, maybe 4 on each team, trying to get their ideas onto one product. So to see how that's developing into a finished thing is really great. So they're coming up with these very well-rounded ideas, which is great.
What we come up with is to really compact these devices into a single case. That way it's easily deployed. It's something that is mobile within the home as well, so the patient can go from bedside to the couch to wherever.
It's awesome to be with a bunch of people that are all innovating for the greater good of humanity. Albeit there's a huge clock on the wall and we're all super stressed out, I think we're all doing it for a really good reason, and that just makes me happy. And it's also not just seasoned tinkerers, but also new people to the game that are just getting their grips, but they're gonna do amazing things.
Right now, we're about halfway through the competition, and many of the teams have already started prototyping what they're making. I've seen things cut from cardboard, cut from foam, come from PVC, and of course wood. And I still see some people on the computer developing their ideas. I hope everybody finishes in the time that we have left.
We have run into a problem of making sure that the poles fit into each other so that our cane will work. We will have it so that you can pull the pole up and then you'll have something on top to hold on to a medical bag, and also things along the pole that you can attach other things to, just to make sure that we're not making everything a little bit too expensive.
Young people are geniuses, and even wider than that, there is genius everywhere. And to be able to look around and see so many people doing creative things, it sort of gives you hope for society even, that there's still innovation out there and there's still people that are grasping after something fresh and new.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's interesting to see our multi-generational team ranging from all sorts of ages, and yet we're all working together, having ideas and giving an equal part in everything.
It's just been really fun to walk around and see the creativity that people have and the different techniques that they're using for virtually the same product. Some are taking existing materials that they're finding and putting them together, and some are fabricating something completely from scratch. So it's been really fun.
It is day 2 at Make48. Everything is busy, it's buzzing here, and I even heard that someone was here till 2 o'clock in the morning last night. These teams are not playing. They are serious, they are committed, they are dedicated to making something great and something successful, and I think everybody here wants to win. I would too if I was on one of the teams.
So after the clock stops, the teams are going to, go to lunch and relax for a little bit, but judging starts right at 2. So they each get 10 minutes to walk through their pitch, their sales sheet, their video. So it'll be interesting to see that as well. I'm really excited to see how they all pull it together.
And I'm excited to introduce your judges who are going to help facilitate that process. Rupal from the Indianapolis Recorder.
I'm very passionate about tech innovation, but in particular, this innovation challenge is even more important to me because I'm a biomedical engineer and I love how a medical science can make impact in people's life and improve their health.
Excellent. We've got Jay from Anthem. Thank you for joining us.
Look, you can have all the best product in the world, but if the people who are creating it aren't really passionate, then it'll never be as successful as it can. So I want to see those guys light it up when they are pitching. I want to hear what they went through, and to me, that's going to be the little something extra that might just get somebody to that #1 position.
And of course, our challenge sponsor representative that has been wonderful to us all weekend, Ramesh from Eli Lilly.
Within the judging, well, I'm looking forward to learning from all of these talented individuals. These teams are coming up with ideas that I've seen in the makerspace that is really mind-blowing. I think they have some novel ideas. I think that they have some incredible proposals that they have. And so I'm going to learn a lot, and I'm going to take those learnings back to my career, back to my day job, back to Lilly.
And now it's time. We've got Maker Playground coming up first.
So CareCase combines technology and smart design to make organizing and scheduling simple, collect data to support a healthy routine for your medications, and keep your medications secure.
So essentially you have your case, you have your companion bracelet. When this is close enough to the case, it will unlock, and when you need to use the case, it gives you a vibratory reminder that it's time to take a dose.
With this Machyne, as we dubbed it, we've found a way to compact it, to make it down and make it into a usable cane that millions of people around the United States and around the world use, but also into a telehealth device that can sense all your vitals through innovative new technology on the sensor that's been used on treadmills and other such devices. And it also has a vital bag up there where you can make this go up and down into a normal cane, or go up where you can hold your iPad to talk to the doctor.
The only reason why they had me to come to this team, because they figured that I was old enough to be able to test it out.
So with Metacase, we have packed a lot of features into a very small footprint. Obviously a rugged, durable case that can be deployed literally anywhere. You can get mail. We also have a portable stand that can come out if you want to take a walk, go on the back porch.
So this product is intended to carry all the equipment with you that you might need for a home health care visit.
Hi, Dr. Leo. How are you doing today?
Doing good. This is just me reminding you to check in and see how you're doing.
I tell you, I'm feeling so much better. And my vitals, they're doing great today. So thank you again for checking in on me.
Always remember, if you need anything, just go to the app and someone will respond.
I sure will. Thanks a lot. See you later.
The magic of this is kind of in the way things move. So it's comfortable. We're actually utilizing the mounting systems that every hospital is already using. What we wanted it to do is to look at ubiquitous furniture and to enhance or replace that furniture, not add more junk in your home.
Close your eyes for a minute and picture yourself in your living room. And maybe you're one of the 45% of Americans that have a chronic illness, or maybe you're one of the 1 million Americans that find out each year they have cancer, chronic illnesses that often require regular transfusions. So now in your living room, do you want this as a constant present reminder of your illness? Or do you want spring? Plant by day, home health care by night.
And it's functional. Doing telemedicine with your doctor, we have a stand for that. Need a place to store the pump for the IV, we have a place for that.
How customizable is the plant, and how the heck do you water it?
So the poles are using familiar technology. They're just kind of like tent poles. They interlock, and there's an elastic going throughout, so they kind of spring together. And it doesn't require any clasping or turning, so it's very good for people with limited manual dexterity.
We have the built-in phone stand that you can communicate, that you can have there's a multitude of teledoc apps that you can communicate with the doctor remotely.
The criteria that we're looking for within this competition really comes down to how accessible will this be, and how will it lower the burden for patients at the end of the day.
Is it able to be moved around? Does it have a great product name? Are people going to want it in their house?
I'm going to look at it that, hey, do they have a product that not only looks good over here, but I really want to see a product that is marketable. It has a commercial value. It has got also an opportunity to scale up. They have the skills and the vision to make it bigger.
So my favorite thing is that they've really considered the aesthetic side of this. I mean, if this is about healthcare at home, then at home you want to make it as not like a hospital as possible. And so by building it within a plant environment, by making it something that is aesthetically pleasing, they're really building something functional and pleasing to the eye that works at home. And that's what I really appreciate.
Well, gang, what do you guys think about the Machyne?
I think the fact that they've censored up the cane is very impressive as well. I think that's key to not make it just a static cane, but something that has the sensors built in so that while you're walking it, while you're using it, whether it's for infusion or for mobility, you're tracking the data as well. So I appreciate that. And it's very lightweight.
All right, well, why don't we go from the Metacane to the Metacase?
Metacase.
I like it because if I want to ship it to my patient's home, then this is literally military grade bag with all the equipment. That means I can ship everything. So I like it for more of the rural area or at-home care patients.
All right, the moment we've been all waiting for. The runner-up of Make48 Indianapolis, the Grindery.org with Medicaid. The winner of Make48 Indianapolis is the Mallory.
Disney World.
As teachers, we teach this process, and so for us to be able to do in 48 hours what we tell kids they have to do in 6 weeks has been very life affirming, that we know what we're doing and the process works, and that we are more than just those who can't do teach kind of thing.
As teachers, you always believe in being a lifelong learner, and something like this really affirms that at any age you've got something to learn, you've got places to grow, and this was a great experience to do that in.
This was such a fun experience, both as friends, colleagues, being given a challenge, the time constraint, and so honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is that we get to do it again in March.